Hey, gang. Welcome to the Are You Garbage Comedy Podcast.
Please make sure you subscribe. That way you get the episodes as they come out.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite new podcast. This is Are You Garbage?
Sure is.
It's a little show. We sit down with your favorite comedians, and we find out if they grew up to be classy or if they're just a big old piece of shit. Mm-hmm. I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day down here in Aunt Tootie's basement. She is driving around the city of Philadelphia with some of her friends and some baseball bats trying to find out where Ben Simmons lives.
Okay, that's good.
And that's just, I'm not leaning one way or another on that. I don't think it's right, but that you want to know what she's doing, that's what she's doing.
It's weird that they waited a week to go after Ben Simmons. But
It is.
Sure.
It is. Well, they wanted she said they wanted to give him a head start.
Yeah.
All right. They were mad, but they're still sportsmen.
Sure.
My co-host is coming at you from right next to me. He is the CEO of Are You Garbage. He's really an international businessman, Mikey. He's the head bozo around here. So show him a little fucking respect, will you? Give it up for Kevin James Ryan, everybody.
Hey, gang. Happy to be here, as always. Please make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube, and as you know, those numbers are...
True to roof.
True to roof. Those are cooking. Patreon.com. Just past 1,700 patrons today. Woo! Kids are cooking.
Yikes.
It's going to be a good summer. You can sign up. You get bonus episodes of AYG. You get episodes of Hard Feelings, which is a whole different other podcast with me and Foley. You get live streams. And
you make it sound like we speak French in it or something. It's just us being idiots.
It's just
it's
us
pretty
being,
good.
It's us being mean to each other for the most part. Yeah. That's it. Come to a show on the road.
Come to a show. And
I'm not sure when this is coming out, by the way.
Speaking of shows, how about a nice shout out to our producer extraordinaire?
Who dat?
A little kid we call the Magic Man. Part of the Chicago comedy scene. New York City transplant. Living out there in Queens.
Heard of it.
T-Bone McMuffin. Toby McMullen.
What's up, dudes?
T-Bo.
What's up, bro?
Dude, when I hit the True to Roof, Cannon gave me the most approving nod. He was like, "You've arrived in New York. You did the intro bit well."
Well, nobody that has ever produced any of my podcasts has been that on the ball with anything. That was like the quickest response, call to action response. It was incredible. I just have never seen that before.
That's funny that impressed you. Like, damn, these guys are good.
I'll also never ruin a show with drops.
Yes.
Just stories about myself.
I'll ruin a show with drops. Gang, that can neither be here nor there. Forget about all this business talk. We got an incredibly special guest
What the fuck was that?
back with us here today. I won't stand for it.
I don't know what's going on.
We got a little company in the house. He's back. If you haven't seen this guest, he's like our first guest
Our
ever.
first episode ever.
Yeah.
From Jump Street.
From Jump Street.
Back at some podcast studios.
Hey,
One angle.
Toby, bleep that, all right?
Don't give him a plug.
Yeah, can't be going fucking toe-to-toe with the competition.
Back in the day.
In OG.
Oh, the Oest of the Gist.
Uh-huh.
All right. He is one of the hosts of the incredible podcast, the Irish Goodbye Podcast on the
right.
Gas Digital Network. And he also has an amazing special out right now that I fucking tell you got to go and watch. It's called Life Begins. You know him. You love him. He's a good-looking kid.
Oh,
all right. He is the perfect combination of being in the zone and losing it all at the same time. This kid's been in way too many firefights.
Yeah.
But he's the guy you want watching your six when you're going through the A. Shaw Valley. Give it up for Mike Cannon.
Yeah,
everybody.
Oh, my God. That was unreal. I've never been summed up that accurately either.
Yeah.
It's great.
That was on the nose.
So perfect.
Yeah.
And I am classic. First guest on every popular podcast.
Sure.
They got an idea. Who's funny, but nobody listens to.
Who's funny but gettable?
We don't want to show off. We just want to break in the jeans.
I always get, when it comes to like live shows, I'm always the second installment of a monthly show.
Oh, yeah.
Which
It's
always
great. Yes.
sucks.
Yes.
They do the first one, they're like, this is great.
Uh-huh.
They invite all their friends, their family, whoever. It sells out the next month, they get 2 people.
That's exactly
and they're
right.
like, last month was great. I don't know what's going on.
That, and they forgot to hire a photographer.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
everything.
everything
Everything
they
is
forgot
falling
to do.
apart. Yeah. even though you dressed up for it. It's a bar show, but
got
you wore
my
your
cool
cool
jacket.
shoes.
I know you want to. You want to get the cool black and white pickup
it's
on Instagram.
picture day, baby. It's comedy picture day.
I feel like a lot of that's just great photography.
You think so?
A lot of those shows.
All those shows
yeah.
are just
Yes.
because you can
Great
tell by
photography.
how they crop them. How many people are in? They can make
Yeah.
2 audience members look at like a sold out show. Hey, it's packed out here, and
There's
the
just
dry cleaners at Brooklyn.
There's a couple that covers your kneecaps on stage. And
Yeah.
they're like, looks hot.
Oh, pretty good.
Looks hot.
Mike Cannon also, I've said this before, it's a little inside baseball. My favorite, my number one person to bomb in front of. Without
Figure you've
question.
done it a lot by that.
Oh, I've been around the block a couple of turns. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that.
We've all humiliated ourselves in
Of
front of
course,
each other.
but
Yeah.
you are one of those people that if you're in the back of the room and I'm bombing and I say something about me bombing, you give me a laugh that makes me feel like everything's
Yeah.
going to be okay.
Well, I mean, you are so funny and so full of energy that the idea of a room full of people looking at you and being like, not for us, is instantly funny to me. And then add the element of your Gallagher-esque sweat piling on the front fucking...
Don't forget the spit that comes out of his mouth, ladies and
That's what
gentlemen.
I'm saying. When I bomb, I look like
Dude, you are the dog from Beethoven. It is insane.
His jowls are going. Blah, 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 blah.
I just pictured me running through the yards. Jumping over that fence.
Charles Grodin
Chasing
furious
me
with
around,
it.
Grodin. Oh, it's too funny. Yeah, my favorite.
What happened? There was one in particular, like a kind of a classic.
We didn't really
Foley.
know each other that well.
That's right.
All right. It was one of the ways we became friends. So at New York Comedy Club, there is there's a door on the side that leads into the office and then into the green room. So you know when comics come on stage and off stage, usually we used to go through there.
Yeah.
We don't anymore, but we used to go through there. And you were in the green room. There was a bunch of people in there. It was a fucking it was a fucking busy show. It was packed. I think I had just been hosting there a couple of months, and I thought I really had it figured out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had my
Classic.
10. I had my fucking my opening crowd work bits. I had all that fucking bullshit.
So where are you from? What do you do?
Oh yeah, and they were coated in a shield that it could not penetrate. It was almost like they weren't really there. They were in another dimension watching me from some space command center.
Listen, that's an elaborate way to say you bombed.
Yeah. It was like in Deadpool 2 when he was trying to reach his wife
Yes.
through that screen. He just couldn't
Exactly.
connect. Yeah.
Exactly. And how do I put this? I don't take that kind of stuff well. I have a good facade, but deep down, I really crumble. I know comics like, oh, I don't give a shit, or I don't give a shit. I stink at that. I'm just like, and as soon as I started bombing, the sweat just starts pouring. And I fucking walked off stage, and you were in mid-conversation, and I opened that door, and I was coated in sweat, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I just fucking bombed so bad. And he just looks at me and goes, ah! It just starts laughing in my face, but laughing with me.
Well, it was the best because you're also like dressed like you're manning the barbecue
Yeah.
at an outdoor party.
Yeah.
So you come like spilling through the door and shoving people out of the way, and you're like, woo! The whole image
Tell your brother
of
to
it,
run the store and get hot dog buns quick.
it was a beautiful sight.
Oh, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Mikey, thank you so much for being here with
Thanks
this.
for
We
having me.
appreciate it.
I'm happy for you guys too. I know I haven't been here for a while. I was in that old studio that will remain nameless.
Yes,
and
yeah,
hopefully
yeah,
went
yeah,
bleed.
yeah.
But this is a legit space.
Yeah.
This is great.
Thank
you guys
you.
really
Having a
have
good
carved
time.
out a nice corner for yourselves.
We're down here at Toadie's,
We're
baby.
trying, man.
Yeah.
We're trying.
Goddamn
We're
right.
feeling it. We like it.
Let me ask you this: the other podcast that you do on the Patreon, is that one of the failed incarnations?
Yes,
that
yes.
Yes.
Hell
We fucking
yeah!
picked
Good
that
for you
up, dusted
guys.
it off, and
Yeah.
fucking selling it on a
There
Patreon,
you
$10
go.
level.
That's
folks.
perfect.
Fucking rebranded that a little bit. You know what I mean? Put a little
Which
bling on it.
it's kind of funny because everybody's got like, especially on the Patreon, they're like, "This is better than AYG." they're like, "This is my
Yes.
now favorite podcast." Yeah,
It just didn't have the hook. The
Nobody
hook of
cared.
AYG
Yeah.
Nobody
is so
cared.
perfect.
Yeah.
yeah, it works. It works.
It's all the yellow. It's the yellow that everybody
Yellow
likes.
pops.
Yellow pops. Skippy knew it. He's like, go yellow. You never go back. That's what I did, and here we are.
You make it sound like I was in a boardroom. Like, what you need here, Hawaiian shirts and yellow print.
I got 2 words. Fat guy.
Yeah, works.
And make sure he sounds like he's eating a cereal bowl full of razor blades. What is going
Yeah,
on with
your voice is big.
Is my voice bad? It's bad?
Have you been screaming at traffic for the last 40 minutes? Have you been joining the other homeless at the Holiday Inn half a block away?
Yeah, what is that?
This is the neighborhood where de Blasio put all the homeless.
Well, what's going on at that holiday? Do they live
Yes,
there?
they're getting out in like a week, apparently.
Oh,
but that just
shit.
dawned on me while I was walking out here, and I was called the
I never
N-word
put 2
6
and 2.
times.
I never put 2 and 2 together.
Yes.
Good evening,
I'm
gentlemen.
going.
Yeah, I was like, hello,
I was
fellas.
literally I walked by that Holiday Inn 1,000 times. I'm going, man, they must have really low rates here. I'm like, how are they okay with these crackheads coming in and out?
Yeah, and it smells of old feet
Man.
the moment you walk out.
Now, are they gonna take that Holiday Inn, clean it out, and then start renting it to selling it to other people?
They have to demolish it.
It's a
Right?
bad
Like-
scene. At one point, I didn't even think it was open. It was like boarded up,
Yeah.
and people
that's
were still
tough.
That
coming
was
and
just to
going.
make them feel comfortable.
Right this way, homeless people.
We don't want curtains. We'd like boards, please.
Something to remind you of home.
Now, would you like a sheet or a trash bag over your window, sir? What would you prefer? Man, because what if you were in there and you found out, oh, yeah, by the way, this was the Death Star for homeless people.
I would
during
get
during
out.
COVID.
It's
I don't
just-
even like going to that 7-Eleven.
It's just crack smoking aces.
There's a 7-Eleven around here.
Yeah, on the corner.
Yeah, I mean 7-Elevens in general are just a breeding ground
In
for
New York, it's
insanity.
horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's really
stinks.
tough.
In the burbs, it's The Simpsons. It's
Yes.
clean living.
Yeah,
It's nice.
but do you know why? It's because they accept any and all cards. So it's like bodegas are cash places,
Yeah.
obviously, and you got a limit and whatever. It's like here you could take an EBT card, debit card, credit card, whatever, slide it through for a 37-cent purchase.
Yeah, it's true. Like, there's a minimum at a bodega. It's not
Right.
going to let you scan for 50 cents or
Oh, I never knew
if
why
you're
they
buying
did
a beer
that.
for
Yeah.
$1.50, you're not
Some,
going to be able
some
to
good
scan.
homeless insight here.
I just
It seems like you were homeless before.
I was embedded back in '82 for CNN.
What's the least amount of money you've ever put on a debit card?
Oh, under $1.
Oh
For
yeah,
sure.
like I think like 56 cents.
Yeah.
And I may have overdrawn. Like I used to play it that
Dude,
tight.
I was real. I
What were
could
you
get
getting?
it
2
razor
Laffy
thin.
Taffies? What were you
yeah, man. Just
Give me
2
3
Bazooka
Jolly
Joes.
Ranchers.
And a bouncy ball.
And do you take American Express?
Diners Club? Nothing?
Diners Club. Oh my God.
Diners Club's trash.
I remember the dad that pulled that out. Like, I'll pay for myself.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Those
Buying
days.
one,
You need it.
one stick of Trident. You're like, I need the miles.
Do you sell?
I get cash back.
Yeah.
Do you sell Fun Stripe gum and Lucy's? by any chance?
Oh, dude, me and my friend Tim compared this to each other the other day because both of our fathers would like outfit us in things they bought with Marlboro points. So like my
Shout
friend
out
had
to
like
Marlboro
an
Miles.
Absolute vodka, like all
Yeah,
that shit. Like
all
my
the
friend
gear.
Tim had an Absolute Letterman's jacket, which
Damn.
then was like, what the fuck are you wearing? You're 10, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. But now it's probably selling for $800 on eBay.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It's one of those. I had a Marlboro tent.
Dude.
Like I had everything that I had was Marlboro.
You're like a NASCAR driver.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, my buddy Vinny showed up to our first sleepover with a Marlboro sleeping bag, and we were all like, ooh.
Oh shit!
We were like, dude, you got money, son. God damn.
He's like coughing up blood from his secondhand smoke.
His eyeballs are bleeding, but I'll tell you what, that thing was packed with down.
He's got the MJ eyeballs where you're like, why are those tan?
Oh, yeah, why are they hazy?
How long did it take to get those back then?
The Marlboro
Ordering
points?
something from the mail for the Foleys back then might as well have been interstellar space travel.
In my head, it seemed like everything was like 6 weeks, I feel.
That I was just
like
gonna say
6 weeks.
But it
because you
felt
gotta
like a
mail it,
year.
they get it,
Yeah.
they process, they sip it out. 6 weeks, I think, was back in the day.
Well, and 6 weeks, because of your small amount of time on Earth, it was a higher percentage of your existence.
So it's like
So
it's a
felt
bigger
like
percentage
forever.
of your life.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I never thought about it that way.
Dude. I do
Really?
mushrooms.
Yeah,
You
that's how
just
time
blew
works.
my mind. No, so like when I was a little kid, since I'd only been around for like 5 years, a week seemed longer.
Sure.
Really?
Remember summer as like a 9-year-old?
Yeah.
It seemed like 6 years.
Yeah.
A summer now is like we're already
Over.
halfway done.
I can't believe it.
Oh, he's done.
I'll see you guys later.
This guy's got act outs on the podcast.
That's why
Kid's
you gotta
pretty good.
subscribe. YouTube.
Hey, YouTube.
Oh my God. How are things?
Good, hanging.
He's not at the Holiday Inn, so he's doing all right.
Well, I'm at my in-laws' Holiday Inn.
you said that like you were on the roof of a Ramada. But you said, yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, there's
Come
days. There's days, Like last night, for instance, was Father's Day, obviously.
Oh, yeah,
so
happy Father's
thank
Day,
you very
buddy.
much.
Happy Father's
I
Day,
appreciate
buddy.
it. Yeah,
I texted you.
You did.
No,
That
this was
very
a
nice.
week after.
You're right.
Father's
Last
Day.
week was Father's Day, and
We just broke the delusion of time, so it doesn't matter.
that's exactly right.
Mike just shattered all space and time.
And my father-in-law, for those of you who know me, you may know a thing I filmed called Frankrigatone,
Yeah.
which was a
Very
guy
fun
with
character.
guns who, I did him like last April, and it was all about opening up gyms basically the moment they all closed down.
Right.
Because it was based on my father-in-law, because he's that. Yesterday for Father's Day, he rose his American flag up there, and then right underneath it was a nice flag of an AR-15 that said, "Come and get it." So it made all family feel real
He
comfortable.
wasn't talking about dinner either.
So
Hamburger helper's ready. So
In front of the house?
yeah, oh yeah, like with beaming spotlights like on it when it gets dark. Just
Yeah.
in case any cucks want to look through. Just so they know.
Mikey's, you're up there in that country.
Yeah, I mean, it's in Rockland, so it's like, it's weird because it took me 35 minutes to get here, which from Brooklyn, where I was living, probably would have taken me even a little bit longer,
yeah.
by subway. So it's an easy ride, but I grew up there as well. So Rockland County is kind of this interesting place where people take great pride in how close it is to New York City, and
Sure.
they will never go.
Yeah.
you go.
It's the same. With 32 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't been in 6 years,
That's
but
right.
it's 32
yeah.
minutes.
The West Village looks a little dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, they might suck your dick. My friend actually,
You're the one with the automatic weapon.
yeah, exactly. My friend walked around with he wears like a $30,000 watch or whatever because he's secure, and we were going for my
Who's
buddies.
this guy?
He's a good buddy of mine.
Yeah,
He's
makes a little ghee, makes a
mix
little butter.
Made
You're
a little
really
cashola.
pushing ghee, by the way.
Is ghee like a karate outfit?
No, ghee is a
Ghee is a high-end Indian
high-end butter.
It's clarified butter.
Clarified butter.
Oh, okay.
So for money,
He's been saying butter, but he's been switching it to ghee.
I like that.
Thank you.
Not as much as he's shoving it into conversation.
It's too much.
yeah,
no one-
yes, thank you.
No one's gonna remember
You're at the
that.
bodega, like how much ghee I got on
Yeah.
me.
No
Like,
one's
dude, we don't
gonna
care.
remember that. They're only gonna remember when it sinks into the zeitgeist.
Well, that's why you got to get a T-shirt with like a stack of cash with just clarified
Got-
butter dripping off
Got
of it.
ghee?
Got
Yeah.
ghee, got
Yeah.
ghee, got butter, a little bit of cash.
Not bad.
My dad was calling it geech the other day.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
You've heard geech?
Yeah,
Money
geech.
called geech?
Yeah.
How about bones? You ever call it bones?
I know, and my father did.
I was
He
a big guy. I mean, it's
50
20
bones.
bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
50 bones.
You can never be
50
like,
bones that jacket cost me.
I remember the first time I heard that, we were in Caldor, and
What the fuck is that?
You don't know Caldor?
Oh,
It's like a
that is-
TJ Maxx, Value City.
It sounds like
it's since
something
been
I-
out of it's
Yeah,
out of business.
it's out of business.
Sounds like a lotion.
Yeah, that's a little
Put a little cow door on it. You'll be all right.
dude. And I was a leash kid, so my mom had me on this like
Holy
red
shit.
leash that looked like almost
In
like
high school?
Yeah, I was 16, but no, I was 4 because I'd just be like peace, bitch, and then run into the highway,
Yeah.
for funsie.
This kid's got energy.
Yeah, and my dad bought me one of those Super Soaker 50s at the time that
What
went
was the
50
50?
feet. It was yellow and green. The 100 was blue and yellow. So that was like the real one that was big that could shoot a lot of power. The 50 was for like, kids that were just barely scraping by, and their
Sure.
parents were like, yeah, I guess. And my dad was like, it's 25 fucking bones. I remember him saying that specifically in Caldor. And then we had to get a rain check. It's never happened to me since, but we got a rain check where we bought it because they promised the last gun to somebody else.
Yeah.
And they didn't take it off the shelf. So we had to like go back in 2
when
weeks
they were in
when
stock.
they re-upped.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a real dirtbag thing, and they do it.
Yeah.
We used to do it at the grocery store. Like it'd be like, "Hey, soup's 10 for 10." but they were out of it.
Yeah.
They give you a handwritten coupon for like, okay, you get 10 for 10 soups on the 13th if you come back here because we ran out of soup.
It's like Allen Iverson's shoe contract.
Yes, exactly. Hey, we'll give you $30 million worth of soup in 15 years.
Yeah, when you're 45 and hopefully alive.
Because we don't
we'll
want you
give
blowing
30
it.
more mil. Yeah.
We don't want you blowing all this chunky in one day. You know what I mean? Holy shit. Shout out to Super Soakers, man.
Oh, man. They still sell them.
I know.
It's really difficult for me not to just green light every
purchase
single
you wanted.
purchase for my son.
Well, you're literally about to
me.
come into that. You said he's 2 years old.
Yeah.
You're you're in it now.
I'm already doing it.
But it's about to get real fun.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, he's playing hoops already. Like, he's super into it. I bought him this small-ass outdoor hoop that is, like, also for me and the pool
Sure.
and, like,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
this stuff. You know, everything that I get him, it looks very childish, but I buy, like, styrofoam planes that you could throw gliders
yeah,
and
that
shit.
shit's awesome.
He's not old enough for it, and I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get 6 months of fun out of it, and then when
Before-
you're ready,
yeah,
I'll buy
yeah,
something new.
The mini bike might have been a little bit premature, sure. But I'm killing it in the hood. Hey, Mr. Cannon, shut up, loser.
You might have invented a new classification of like the best dad to have, which is like responsible pothead.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
You gotta have your dad. You gotta have a little trash
Yes.
in the dad.
Yeah.
He's gotta want to play because my dad used to play, like guns with us and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
but he was reliving Nam. It was a little different.
Yeah.
He was doing barrel rolls off the roof.
You're also talking that he was spilling the bullets onto the table, picking up one, spinning,
Yeah.
and be like, let's have a game.
I'll admit, him pulling my fingernails out was a little harsh for a Wednesday night. But no, like even with like, my nieces and nephews, yeah, you get one for them, but I get one for me too.
Yes.
Like if I buy Nerf guns for my niece and nephew, I'm getting 3.
Right.
'Cause how am I gonna shoot you?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking, I can't do the gun you turn on me. Yeah, right. No, thank you.
It's all like, and I know the certain things that made me like damaged mentally and emotionally. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
I'm steering clear of those things. But there are things that my parents did well and withheld from me that like made me into a well-rounded person that doesn't necessarily feel entitled to things and stuff like that. And I'm just like giving my son everything now. So I don't know when I need to stop that.
It's fun to give him everything, to have fun like that.
Yeah, right?
It's
I
awesome.
mean, and I'm not like, I don't plan on just allowing him to run.
Amok.
Yeah, amok,
sure.
You're not just like, oh, you're having this.
Yeah, it's like at this point, I just want to show that
Yeah,
we're
when they're
having
little,
a
it's
good time.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think around like 11 or 12, you got to start cracking down, straightening them out a little bit.
I don't know. I kind of had free because my parents were divorced.
Oh,
and my
yeah.
dad was like, if I could get him in the store, if I could get him on the lot, we were buying.
Your dad.
My dad.
If you-
Same with
if
my
you
mom.
could-
If I
if
could
you
get my
could hustle
dad to
him.
pull into a Kitty City or a Toys R Us, it was fucking game over.
Oh, really?
Because I just had to be like, yeah, mom said I couldn't have the Super Soakers. Go, really?
Where the fuck is Kitty City? In the
Oh,
Vatican?
man. But it's I missed it. What did he say?
The Vatican. Why are you asking me like he's not here? What the fuck? Yeah.
I sound like Uncle Junior. What'd he say?
Yeah.
Huh? Maury, what'd he say? Gang, let's talk about our good friends over there at Stamps.com. I tell you, it's the middle of the summer. The last thing I want to do is wait around in the post office, and now I ain't got it.
Nah, standing there like a bozo.
Standing there like a bazoo. Stamps.com, you can mail and ship directly from your office, your home, wherever. They save businesses they've saved thousands of businesses a lot of cash.
Oh, yeah.
Serious cash.
Time, money, everything.
Time, money, effort, everything. Tell them, Kippy.
Yeah, guys, we use it here. They sent us the whole package, the printer. They set you up. They give you even credits when you sign up. It's easy peasy. We send out all the decks of cards. Send thousands of decks of cards out using it. It's awesome. You hook it up to the computer. Bing, bang, boom. You can print it. All you need is a printer, a computer, and the internet. That's all you need. I don't care if you're in your car, if you're in your mom's attic, the basement, the shed, whatever you're doing. It's easy.
The print was easy. Putting them on was easy. Throw them in a bag. Take them to the post office.
We made a day.
Dump them in. We're out.
We're out. In and out.
30 seconds.
You can set up a pickup if you want to. It's easy peasy, guys. It's a no-brainer. They save nearly 1 million small business owners time and money. You can save up to 40% of USPS and up to 66% off shipping rates from UPS.
Wow.
I mean, what are we doing here?
What are we doing?
Stop wasting time by going to the post office. Go to Stamps.com instead. There's no risk. With our promo code GARBAGE, We got a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage, and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts, big man.
How about that?
Last thing you want to do is sign a contract. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the homepage, type in garbage. That's Stamps.com, promo code garbage.
Gang, let's talk about one of our absolutely favorite sponsors.
Who dat?
We're talking about Fume, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Canadian-made wooden inhaler. Absolutely fantastic. No chemicals, no electronics.
Nada.
Great nicotine alternative. Great for relaxation. Great for just chilling out. Great for the oral fixation.
Yeah.
Feels good in your hand. You can have it in your hand. You're taking a little pull. Someone says, "Ew, are you vaping?" You say, "Nah, it's Fume."
I'm fuming, dog.
Boom.
Yeah. They sent us a whole bunch of them. We use it. I try to only smoke. I got to get off the. If you're smoking Bernies long term, what are you doing? You know, you gotta kick it at some point. You know what I mean? Give Fume a shot. They sent us a bunch. We're at the studio, instead of me running down having ciggies. You know what I mean? Between episodes, after
Right here.
we got this sitting on the desk. We hit it, takes the edge off, forget about
Feels
it.
good, smells good. Nothing gross, nothing sticky.
Check out their Conquer Cure. It's a #1 core for quitting smoking from start to finish. Plus, the great taste too. They got a unique minty, earthy, sweet flavor. They use black pepper, peppermint, and lavender to ease the nicotine cravings. You know, ease the pain of quitting. Menthol for a little cool flavor. You know what I mean? So head to breathefume.com.
Love it.
That's breathefum.com. Use our promo code garbage, or the link will be in the description of this episode. Make sure you let them know we sent you by using our promo code for 10% off your order today. Head to breathefume.com. That's breathefum.com. Click on the link in the description. Use promo code garbage, 10% off. Now back to the show.
That's pretty
Go
good.
shit in
Kitty
your
City
hat.
was a toy store.
Oh, I guess it might have been a more regional, like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
It was-
you know KB?
Yes, yeah, we had
same.
KB.
KB,
Okay.
Toys R
Same
Us,
thing.
very
It was
similar.
it was a Toys R Us.
Nice.
To get my mom to do something like that, like on a whim, unless there was like a reason, it was my birthday or something like that, I would have had to grab the wheel on the highway
Oh,
to get her to
really?
turn in this. Oh, yeah. No. Your birthday's coming up. No.
Oh,
Quick,
yeah. I was
come
also
on.
with
But
your
then
pa-
she'd hook it up.
With your parents too, I could like leverage a birthday. Like my birthday was in August.
Yeah.
But if I was smooth enough at making the deal, I could get my birthday present in like January.
Yeah,
In hopes that
yeah.
she would forget that she bought me the rollerblades or whatever in January, and I doubled down on my birthday again.
Sneaky little fuck. You are,
Yeah.
aren't you?
My parents
That's
were
patreon.com, folks.
my parents were always the ones that knew what I wanted and got me a worse version.
Really?
Always.
Wow,
Every single
that
time. Like
sucks.
I remember when I was rollerblades reminded me, and this is still one of the moments I'm like most embarrassed about as a kid. Like I think back to my behavior and I legitimately get uncomfortable. Because the one gift I wanted, and I had no idea my parents were going through like financial problems, probably marriage
Sure, they hated
problems,
each other.
all this
Yeah, of
shit.
course.
And I had no idea. But my dad was losing his shirt in the market, no
Yeah.
clue. And I remember one Christmas I get down, and we've had great Christmases filled with boxes, all this stuff, like real spectacle. And I get down, and there's like 6 envelopes on a carpet, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, all I wanted was rollerblades, and you pieces of shit couldn't even get me rollerblades. I'm like screaming at him.
For cutting
and,
a wrestling promo?
I feel so awful about it now. And my mom was like, actually, we got you a gift certificate so you can pick them out yourself.
Oh.
All right. That's good.
But of course,
Can
they
we
got
go
me
now?
the gift certificate for $50 less than
Than
the
the
ones
ones you
that I
wanted,
like. And
yeah.
the ones that I wanted were base level because I knew what they would spend.
Sure.
And it was $50 less than the base level. So I had to get like some old ass mom inline.
You still got your
skates.
shoes on. They're strapped over your shoes.
Exactly. And my mom was like, yeah, just make sure you have enough left over for wrist guards. I'm like,
you gotta
fuck
wear
you,
five.
suckers.
No way.
Yeah, like, this sucks.
Make sure you wear your cut, Mikey. Yeah, my parents would do that too. But I tell you what, as a kid, it was such a tough look though. Like I remember, like I asked for a skateboard one year, and they got me like you remember the Nash company?
Nash Plastics, yeah.
Yeah, it was garbage. I mean, the fucking trucks. It was like this.
They were all plastic.
There
That
was
was
no way.
That was Caldor Skateboards.
There
Yeah.
was
They had
no
them
way
there.
I was
Toys R Us,
doing
yeah.
it.
It was a toy. It wasn't a skateboard.
Yes.
It was a toy.
Yes.
Yeah, they got it for me. It was just like, that's great.
I think I might even said this on your first the first episode. I didn't know anything about I wanted to be a skateboarder, so I got a Nash board.
Yeah.
And I was like talking to this kid who knew in school who knew about skateboards. He's like, "What kind of trucks do you have?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man." He's like, "You got to get Venture trucks or what?" Like he was like saying brands. I didn't know. I was fucking
Independent.
8. Yeah, I didn't know what he was talking about. I hadn't had a CCS magazine yet. And
oh my god!
Remember
the dude
those?
Roadhouse?
Oh,
Wasn't
yeah.
that a guy? He was a big, or was that a company?
Birdhouse was a company.
I know, but there was a kid that used to he was like a 16-year-old phenom when CCS was out, and I think his name was Roadhouse or something like that.
Those old school small circulation magazines, whatever it was about, they were fucking awesome.
They were the best,
weren't they? It was so cool.
But I went into the local skate shop that was called G-Spot. And it was a purple building on the side of the highway called G-Spot. Had no idea.
Bunch of kids marching into the
G-Spot. Dude, no idea. My mom, looking back, she refused to say the name of the store. She would call it the Purple Store.
Oh, wouldn't it be uncomfortable if they beckoned you in like this?
Like this. Right this way. Come look at our wheels, bearings, and more.
Dads don't believe it exists.
Yeah, my dad never took me.
Dads keep missing the door. Hit the wall.
Coming in through the upstairs. Oh, I'm sorry.
But I was like, I'm looking for trucks. He's like, well, what do you have now? And I'm like, I'm not sure. And he's like, you got Ventures, Independence, Crux. What do you got? I'm like, I don't know. And then I saw the guy behind the counter realize I don't know what he's like, you have a Nash? And I go, yeah, that's what I have. He goes, yeah, none of these work on that. That's like a toy. And I was like, all right, we'll be leaving now, dude. I was like, it was a quiet ride home.
Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate that. And good luck at community college, dickhead. Fucking loser.
Every single mean thing you've ever said about a skateboarder stems from you getting a shitty skateboard as a kid.
Yeah.
I just put that together, and it's incredible.
100%.
Yeah, whatever, hippie.
Cut your hair and get a job, will you, T-Bone?
I'll give my parents credit on this. When I was 4 years old, I got a 1989 M1 Mongoose BMX.
There you go.
Because my favorite movie was
And
Rad.
it has shaped his life from that
for
moment
real.
on.
It legitimately gave me an appreciation for BMX, for that movie, for everything. Like I was an outdoor cat as a kid.
Yeah.
And that they really fucking hit a home run with that one.
A nice win. When there's kids that get that shit handed to them and they don't really appreciate it. But when you catch a win like that, and you realize what not having, I mean, it's silly, it's materialistic, but you realize you could see the difference in the not having confidence to all of a sudden having confidence. Yeah. Then you realize what confidence is. Feels really good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's 100%
Plus
right.
you can put dudes on your pegs. Get Slurpees and shit. I was thinking about that the other day. Do you remember falling off your bike when you were a kid and thinking that this was it, you were dying? Do you ever have a situation like that?
I mean, I've had a couple situations where I've gotten in horrific accidents, but I think I just had entitlement to life. I didn't think my little white heart didn't break until I was in college and out. That's when my parents got a divorce. That's when a bunch of my friends died. That's when my dog died. My grandpa died. Shit fell apart and life got real. And before that, I was kind of no, you just get injured and bounce back up.
Yeah, you break an arm or something. Yeah.
I hadn't crossed that bridge, and one time I got hurt. I didn't break anything. Wasn't a concussion. I just fell and it hurt real bad. I fell over my handlebars, and the fear, it scares you.
Yeah.
And I remember laying there telling the guys I'm not gonna make it, man. I'm not gonna make it.
I can see the big McDonald's in the sky. The drive-thru is wide open. There's no cars.
Grimace is white instead of purple.
Come on, Henry. We're going to heaven. Oh, man. Good stuff. All right. Let's get into some Patreonic questions.
Sure.
Here on our little podcast episode, company episode.
Sure.
I messed up, and
know.
I'm trying to cover it up.
Sure, I can tell.
Thanks for hanging me out to dry.
You got weird vibes today, dude.
I love friends that outside of their business, and then you have to watch them in their business.
Interact, yeah.
Yeah,
you have to be professional.
It's hilarious because I know the friend in you is just what are you doing?
Yeah.
But you're to keep the show moving.
It's called a segue. A terrible one. That is funny.
Well, the man who created the segue
also in the middle of the
died on
podcast, who calls it, here on our little podcast.
I don't know why.
You have this kind of energy going on
Because
today.
I lost my words. I'm fucking flying without a net here. I don't know what I'm doing.
I could have saved it with some editing, but you were a real dick earlier.
And we're back.
So the hippie comment didn't go over well, I say. Now we'll watch you burn. I remember seeing my parents at work for the first time, and that was an eye-opener. Watching my mom deal with a customer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Where did she work?
Never mind.
She was a whore.
Yeah, that's where I was. Dude, You left me like I decided not to make a joke. I was going to say like a hooker or a stripper or something. Then you were saying where a customer was involved. I had to choose like 4 different times not to call your mom a whore.
You just watched her clean off the corner of her mouth with her tip.
I love you, Patty. You're watching. Okay.
You like the
Oh,
skateboard?
no. Sorry, Pat.
That's so funny. Yeah, this is referring when she was the manager at the Gap
Oh, okay.
at the Wyoming Valley Mall. We're talking circa 1983. Before it was the big letters. It was little letters.
Lowercase Gap.
Lowercase Gap.
Nice.
Yeah, old school.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I went to my father's work when I was younger, and like a couple times, and he was a stockbroker.
Uh-huh.
And what I didn't
Was
realize,
he on the floor down here?
no, so he was down here, but
Uh-huh.
he did not work on the floor.
He was in Midtown or something.
He was
like
in
that.
he was in the Chrysler building at the end.
Nice.
But then I think he was down there at some point, but he was in the pump and dump shit. So he was like, that's how like everybody broke in. You pass your Series 7, you get into that, you make an otherworldly amount of money before you get caught, and then whatever happens happens.
Yeah.
I don't know if I created this memory from them retelling me or if I was there for this, but I have a vivid image in my head of my father's work partner being carted out by the FBI while I was like
Jesus.
sitting on his desk and my legs were
Really?
like, kicking back
Mikey,
and forth.
shred
like
these
Kevin Hart.
papers.
Yeah.
Quit sitting there like an asshole. Get to the shredder.
I couldn't say anything because I had a bunch of receipts stuffed in my mouth.
There's ink all over my face.
Quick, Mikey, sign these papers. You own this place. Officer, it's him. It's my boy. I'm sorry.
Kids can't testify against their parents. Kids can't testify against their parents. Good stuff.
Yeah, guys. So as you know, when you join the Patreon, we will answer your questions on the air. It's just the best way to do it. We get so many submissions. So we got a couple of heat. This one, I rarely go over the questions with anybody, but it was me and T-Bone sitting there. This was a deep cut that you might not get. You're a little older, but this is from Ian. Ever play a CD on your PlayStation 2?
Oh, wow.
Remember that? That was a bad look if you guys were all sitting around the TV watching a blue screen listening to like the Foo Fighters or something.
So 2 things. Yes, at a party.
Yeah.
For the party.
Uh-huh.
And no, because my parents wouldn't let me get a video game system.
Really?
So I was not a video game kid.
Really?
To the point where even still, like I bought myself, again, a PlayStation 4
Sure.
because I deserve it.
Not even. So you didn't have. What would you? You guys are the same age. What did you guys have?
I didn't have Sega.
Sega was
Yeah.
the big one for like Nintendo was when you were like
Sega
super
Genesis?
young.
Are you 85?
86.
Okay, I'm 85.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So Sega was like when I was like
Yeah.
8, 9, 10 was Sega, and then N64 came on the fucking scene, and that blew everything out of the water.
yeah.
Then PlayStation 1. Then PlayStation 1 kind of took a run with it, and then PlayStation 2 came out, and then
was
Xbox, yeah. And then
Nothing. They
I
wouldn't.
did Dreamcast. Like my friend had a Dreamcast and he let me borrow it, and my parents found it and they like threw it away, so I had
What?
to pay.
I'm holding it for a friend.
Yeah, they
Jesus.
didn't care. They threw it away. It was insane. But even now, like that's why I don't
Were they
stream with
religious or
Feeney
something?
anything. No, they just thought it like wasn't good for me. So they had really foresight into the virtual job future. Like,
So it's okay to fleece a mailman out of his life savings.
Dude, my
But the
barber.
kid can't play Donkey Kong?
My barber.
Nuh-uh.
It became like town news, and I think my dad like actually tried to help.
Are
him
you
and
that
tried to
nerd
get
without a
him-
PlayStation?
He tried to get him to invest in the stock market, but my dad ended up, I think, losing my barber's life savings. And this
Oh
guy
my
was like
God.
65, 70 years old. Old dude.
Man.
Life savings. And I didn't know why everybody didn't like me in that barber shop after that, but it was because of that. I only found out like 5 years ago.
Why you always got a shitty haircut?
yeah.
Hey, Ralph, why do you always fuck the back of my neck up?
It was like, you know.
Ask your piece of shit father, kid.
Jesus Christ.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's a tough look.
Mm-hmm.
Tough.
Anything on the TV is tough. Because for a while when cable, when cable has the music channels?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you're pumping those at a party.
My mom's big on that.
Oh, music
Big.
choice. Cheesy.
Put on 804. It's the country music
Oh,
or whatever.
my
Yeah.
God.
It's bad.
Well, and it doesn't even have like a lava lamp screensaver or
No.
anything fun. It just has the flat ass name or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. It just says like country music or whatever. It just says the genre of music.
What was the thing that you said you guys fucked with? Party Box or something where you would call in?
The box. Do you remember the box?
No.
So the box was like it was. Remember when MTV2 was just music? It was like MTV is
Yes.
going to be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the shows. MTV2 was just music. It was before that, and it was the box, and you would call up a number, and you could request, like, each video had its own code. So, like, a Britney Spears was 3201, so you call up.
Shit.
And now, looking back,
It's the most insane
at any given time, there was probably 4,000 people requesting "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time," and you're like, "Oh, they played mine."
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's 30,000 kids on
Yes.
the East Coast being like, "Yo, we just took
Yeah.
$1 from each of you, you fucking bozos."
Oh my god.
And it was $1 each time. And it was the box, and that's what you would do. And it just played
the world's
it played like top
loneliest
40
juice
hits.
box.
Yeah, the world's loneliest juice box.
Did you have to mail them cash?
No, I think it just like charged your phone or something.
Oh, man.
Or something like
Your
that.
phone bill.
I don't know what happened. First of all,
Get
let
the
me go
song
on
in 3
let me go
weeks.
on the record. We didn't have the channel at my house, and I was definitely not allowed to. We only did it at a
Yeah.
friend's house.
Oh, that would be
We
such
did it at
a-
the kid who was like real new money, who like you were sitting in his house, you're like, this is going to come crumbling down at any given time.
That's so
And
sad.
it did.
I remember my Aunt Mary. She came to visit, and like they never came over, but she was the mother of 2 of my favorite cousins because they were the older boys. They taught me all, everything, beat the shit out of me playing basketball, all that
Sure.
stuff. And so it was always great to have her over. And I remember she brought a VHS tape of the Right Said Fred Up video, I'm Too Sexy.
Yeah.
And I remember walking in while they were watching it, and they're like, "Get out! You can't watch this. What are you doing?" But I heard the song, and I was like, kind of like dancing to it.
Yeah, this is pretty
and
good.
then I spent the rest of the weekend there, going through their luggage, looking for that tape to try to play it.
Wait,
Never found
who
it.
had the tape? The boys or the mom?
The mom.
She had the VHS.
She had the VHS of the video, and she was showing people like it was viral. Like, you gotta
see this.
Yeah.
That's what you had to do back. It was hand-to-hand combat.
I don't even remember buying.
There was
it.
no copying links and forwarding.
She definitely taped it
Oh,
herself.
taped it over.
Like,
So I thought you
over
meant
all
you
my
thought she
children.
Bought a fucking
bought it.
She bought a music video VHS.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I thought-
No.
You want the truth? Yeah, that is exactly what I thought.
All right, this one's from Johnny. Ever been to a wedding with no open bar?
Cash bar at a wedding, tough look. Cash bar
I've never been. I feel it's
Cash
pretty.
bar at a funeral.
Yes, I
trash.
have. Yeah, I have. I've also had cash bar at a funeral, which fucking sucks. Yeah,
Man.
that makes you feel really bad for everybody involved.
Yeah.
It's like the dead person is the luckiest out of everybody. They
Sleep through this shit.
get to miss it. But yeah, I think some wedding I went to, which of course it's always the one that you aren't even looking forward to. You know,
Yeah.
it's the one you're forced or
Well,
dragged.
do
to
they
go
have to say cash bar?
I
What do you mean?
Like, would it say like reception at 300 3rd Street, East 3rd Street?
I think
and
you
then in
want-
parentheses you say cash bar, right?
Usually they do.
Yeah, okay. I'm asking.
On the invite.
I would
Yeah.
want a heads up of, hey,
Yeah, I'd say
when
no.
you get here, it's a cash bar.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
be like, thanks for the invite.
I'm busy
I
that
will
weekend.
drink cheaper in my living
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
Like, why would I come to see what you're gonna fail at in 2 years?
I've never
It's a
been to
tough
one.
look, man. Just don't have a wedding.
Right.
That's the case.
No, I mean, I've had I've been to every shape and size wedding there is. I did coke and acid at like a
It was acid at a wedding.
and it was a what is the word I'm looking for, because very Jewish is not correct, but it's what is
Orthodox.
Orthodox. Yeah,
Hasidic,
so
yeah.
it wasn't Hasidic. It was like the notch below,
Yeah.
where everybody's still in all the garb, but it was just for that special occasion.
They're fantastic weddings, though.
Oh my god, it was so fun. The food was incredible,
Wow,
and,
dude.
that I could taste from all the drip
Sure.
going down my esophagus. But I took such a little bit of acid that it just made me into the greatest dancer of
Yeah.
all time.
You're doing acid and coke at the same time?
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it,
Man.
but it was fun. Fun little sliver of acid, and then a couple pick-me-ups throughout the evening. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
That I could see.
Yeah. And then I lost like the kid's coke. Like at some point, he was like, "Hey, you went to the bathroom with it. Can I get it back?" I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Sorry, pal.
"Yeah, pat me down. I have no idea what happened to it."
Yeah, I've told that story
I have an
before,
idea
too.
what happened to it.
The cops came in, man. You didn't see him leaving? Dodged that bullet for you, huh? Good stuff.
All right, this one's from Gary. Has your
Gary!
has your TV ever been too big for your living room?
Yes.
Have you ever yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We had my first townhouse with me and my buddy after college. I'm like, this is what we're doing. We spent, I don't know, like $2,700 on a flat screen at the
Jesus.
time that we didn't have the money.
Oh, so it was flat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was like, I mean, it was like a fucking 170-inch TV or
Right.
something in a 10x10 room.
What did you think it was a regular TV?
So I had mine was at my wife's first apartment, but it was our TV, and we were going to bring it into wherever we moved in after. But it was a flat screen, but not
the
a
big
flat
deep,
back.
The box,
I got
the
you.
big box.
Yeah, it was
Damn.
deep as shit, and the stand was forever soldered on.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it was
like a fireplace.
375 pounds.
Yeah.
It took me and like 6 of my gorilla friends to fucking even shimmy it in this
Those
place.
things were so
Was
heavy.
it wood?
It was gray plastic, but
yeah.
it was so
Wood?
fucking
What
heavy.
the fuck?
You don't remember those?
Of
The
course
big-
I do, but
yeah.
not with flat screens.
No, they were. Well, it was the huge big screens.
Yes.
Instead of being plastic, before they were plastic, when wood was still
Oh,
involved.
I know what you're talking about.
It's not fucking. It's not a 2x4 or something. It's like
I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
it's like yeah.
A big flat screen TV.
Yeah.
We called them flat screens, yeah.
We call them big screen. To us, that was a big screen.
right.
screen, huh?
And it was one of those apartments where like you had to create the second room.
Sure.
You know, like so it was a fake wall. And I think like we got it in and smashed through the fake wall
Yeah,
like
just like-
instantly. They had to pay $1,800 to like get it repaired. It was just an insane inconvenience for everybody.
Oh, that's garbage.
We moved in here. They're like, yeah, you can put a wall in here. I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Make it smaller. You fucking asshole.
What did they think?
He's
you
like,
guys
we can
just let-
split this up any way you want. I'm like, yeah, okay.
I wanted to ask you, did they ever leave you anywhere when you were a kid? You ever get forgotten anywhere?
Yeah. I think it may have happened at Caldor, to be perfectly honest. Where I'm just
Took a rain check
forever-
on Mikey, huh?
Well, so I got lost in a store like that where I remember I remember seeing my mother sprinting like the whole store. Like I was in an aisle and I saw her
Her running
just like
by,
she
yeah.
was in The Firm.
Hey,
Just
Toots, where you going?
Dude, full Tom Cruise sprint, like no facial expression. And I screamed mom, and you could like hear her tires screech on the floor, and she came back, grabbed me, and was like, half mad, half appreciative, half everything. But this happened with my cousin. My
Hold
cousin
on, I just
Renee.
picture you with like a soda in your hand, like, Ma, where you going?
Wait, what's the hurry?
Staring at a pair of rollerblades he can't afford.
Ma,
One
these are
day.
the one I want for Christmas. Stuck it in the face.
My cousin Renee, who is now a radicalized Islamist.
Shout out to Renee. She's
Yeah, shout
very
out to
Islamic.
her.
Yeah, it's not her name anymore, so try to find her. But
Judy, isn't that weird?
No, it sounds. Her name is clearing your throat. That's what
Yeah.
it is. But so she convinced my older sister and I to hide from my mom
Oh, it's never good.
in like the Gap or something where they had those circular
I was just gonna say
things under
yeah.
the clothes. So you hide, you go
You
into
go
the
in
rack
it,
of
and
the
you're in
clothes.
another
That's
world.
white. That's
Yeah.
white. That's white trash Narnia right there.
That is.
That's what that is.
Dude, that is exactly right.
You're the king of your castle, and that's
Oh,
you call the shots in there.
I want
Taxes
to move in
for
a
no
flat
one.
screen.
Yeah, you decide when to come and go.
And yeah, I think I heard my mom's voice trembling, screaming, trying to find her kids, running out into the mall, and my cousin being like, "Not yet."
Yeah,
Damn.
hold it.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
her really panic.
Yeah. And then we
Sinister.
got out, and she was like, "Look, she's pumped. You're still alive. Like you are just built for evil."
Yeah, because I was in a bowling alley with my nephew and one of my cousins and his son. We took the kids bowling out around like 8 o'clock on a Saturday
I
night
presumed.
a couple weeks ago.
I didn't think you were waiting to pick up chicks. We were at the bowling alley. We were actually bowling that Saturday
Yeah,
night.
this guy's little, but he's 18. But they had an arcade and all that
We
kind
were
of stuff.
smoking leftover cigarette butts.
We hit the arcade, and it was pretty crowded. But I was just curious, like they were playing like a Jurassic Park game, and I was like, now out of curiosity, would you, if it was just you by themselves with them, would you like go and like grab a table and wait for them like to come over? He's like, absolutely not. He's like, I wouldn't be more than 15 feet from them
Yeah.
because that's how kids disappear.
Yeah.
So yeah, your mom's probably like, when you're a little kid, you don't realize she's worried they're chopping me up.
Dude, even when I'm alone with my
Took
son,
a dark turn.
but he's right.
I know,
He's like,
yeah,
even when
yeah.
even when I'm alone with my son at like the park, right, and we're playing we're playing basketball or whatever, running around, and there is nobody there, I always walk backwards to get the ball and not turn around and leave him unattended.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because it's just too much, man. I like my imagination is probably more capable than any of the evil of this world.
Sure.
But so I'm just picturing somebody out of nowhere yoinking this kid up, throwing him in the back of a Dodge Neon, and I never see him again.
Yeah. I do this. I run all those scenarios too because I'm
Yeah.
like, well, if I was going to adopt a kid, this is how I would do it.
Yeah.
I would wait until the dad turned around and I would just,
Yeah, I'd see the only idiots in the park.
Sure, yeah,
and that
yeah.
guy just kind of go get a rogue ball, and this 2-year-old sitting there picking his asshole, and yoke him up.
Wrong. Yeah.
Keep an eye on him.
Get him taken real quick.
Mm-mm.
Let's go kidnapping after this, guys.
Mm-mm.
All right, this one's from Sean. First time question, long time listener. How frequently does your family use Craigslist for anything?
We're all getting a hooker together?
So I think I talked about this on the last part of my last appearance here, but
Okay.
there is a very specific faction of my family. So my family is very white trash.
Sure.
Like my dad's from Levittown, Long Island. My mother is from Jersey,
Mhm.
and I grew up in Rockland County, which up until recently I thought was like kind of
Man,
well-to-do.
That's
and
the dirtbag trifecta right
I
there.
know, but Rockland, like, it's trashy Westchester, pretty
Yeah,
much. And
yeah.
the guy, Lucas, who comes around with me and films my shit, is from, like, the most insane part of Westchester, really wealthy, and kind of exposed how they feel about us. And I've never felt lower
Sure.
about myself in my entire life. And I was like, okay, so it hits the trifecta. I have 3 trash things in a row. But my family tries very hard to act elitist. Like, we're the well-to-do cannons. We go to
Sure.
college.
We're not. That's a big thing we found out within like It's like I'm not you. Like you
Yes.
try to separate yourself
Yes.
of what you already recognize in
That's
yourself.
right.
Like, oh, I would never do that. I'm wearing a collared shirt today.
It's that it's that great Seinfeld line when he goes back to he performs
In
at
Levittown,
Governor's.
yeah, or Governor's,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
he does.
he's just like it's everything you hate
about yourself, staring
but
back
you know
at
deep
you.
down
Yeah.
inside you are.
Mhm.
That's what it is. So my uncle Johnny, who is no longer with us, he his yard was Craigslist. Like he got everything from Craigslist and also other
If
places.
you got stuff in the
person.
yard, that's a tough look.
It's a real.
Yeah,
and
if you got like just anything, if you're picking up stuff, I'll fix this, I can resell that. The guy never fixes or resells the stuff.
and
It
it's
just
the
ends up-
classics. It's a TV. It's the flamingo, the errant flamingo, a car on cinder blocks,
A tractor or something.
yeah, furniture, like all that shit. And then you go in there, like he furnished my first Elmhurst, Queens apartment
Jesus.
with stuff he found, like, wherever.
Yeah,
and
acquired.
yeah, but my family's always like that's Them. So we're
we're not that.
Amazon people.
Be nice.
Yeah.
Be nice to
Not
your Uncle
Prime, but
John.
we're Amazon people.
Foley's on the other hand, we knew we were trash from
Yeah.
Jump Street. Yeah, we knew the deal.
It's a better way.
Yeah.
You embrace it.
Embrace it and keep it moving. And I'll say this, I have never used Craigslist for anything other than nefarious purposes.
No shit.
I won't say what they are, but I've never bought anything off of Craigslist.
I have.
Well,
I've
I
bought-
have, but
yeah.
not in the sense you're thinking of.
You've rented things off Craigslist.
I had a 3-week jaunt on Craigslist romantic encounters when I
Nice.
first got off of college, and I was like trying to find day work while pursuing stand-up.
Sure.
And there was a couple of girls that I was going to meet up with, but each one had like just something that didn't smell right. You know what I mean? Like, and I talked to this girl. She sent me pictures, all this stuff, beautiful, like light-skinned black chick. And we were gonna meet in Manhattan and like see a movie, like neutral zone. And last minute, she's like, "Oh, I can't come out.
I
Like,
got a
will-"
dick.
Yeah, she's like, "Will you come out to Jamaica, Queens?" And I was like, "Nope."
Yeah.
No, I very much will not. And she's like, "It's not bad here." I was like, "Oh yeah, I have the Get Rich or Die Trying album." So
It's
I'm
actually
gonna
my
go,
favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just go by what I've learned from
I
that.
can come out to Jamaica, Queens, but the question is, will I ever leave?
That's right.
That smells
That's
like a
the problem.
Yeah.
Hot chick. Come to my house.
Yeah.
I once posted on the Craigslist free section, "I'm poor, buy me a pizza," and 2 people sent me free pizzas.
No shit.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
Recently?
No.
Oh.
Not as interesting as sex with strangers, but I like a good pizza. Be honest with you.
That's the most stunning thing I've ever heard out of your mouth. That pizza is not as exciting.
I remember the first time I found out what misconnections was.
Yeah.
Dude, that was
Oh, yeah.
You know misconnections?
Misconnections?
Missed connections
Oh,
on
I think-
Craigslist. Do you know what
Oh,
T-Bone?
missed,
Oh, of
missed,
course.
missed.
Missed.
Yeah.
I
Where
may
it'd
have
be like
posted once or twice.
you
Have ya?
posted.
Not in misconnections.
Hey, you bought me pizza 2 weeks ago. I need some wings.
I like cheese fries, Chicago deep dish. Zanies, Old Town Roseman.
They forgot the pepperoni.
Johnny O'Hallahan's the best comedian.
When I was like 20, I
You
posted.
really gave it all to Toby right there,
I
didn't
know.
you? You went off topic a little bit. T-Bone, I apologize.
When I was like 20, I
Me and
posted.
T-Bone had a fight before you guys got here.
Did you?
Did you?
No.
You and Tob
No,
Larone?
no. It turns out we both have very aggressive negotiation
Yeah.
styles.
T-Bone was up for a raise, and I played hardball in the boardroom.
It wasn't a race.
What do you want? We have no money. What do you want? This whole thing's a sham, T-Bone. Money?
You have 150 actual patrons, and then everything else is reinvested.
See, the money's in the licenses, Toby. You find 10 more patrons, they find 10 more patrons.
You got the steak knives. Quit bitching.
We have 20 Patreon members and 1,600 email addresses.
I'm just Kevin Ryan 1 at Gmail, Kevin Ryan 2 at Gmail, Kevin Ryan 3 at Gmail.
That's too good.
Oh.
I posted it in the Men Seeking Women, my 20-year-old then current headshot.
Nice. How'd it do?
Hey, wait, and misconnections? I thought misconnections was like, hey, I saw you in the bus. I thought
You were
were
wearing a
beautiful.
green sweater. I was,
yeah.
wearing a blue hat.
We
We
made
made eye
eyes.
contact. Yeah. I got really into that for a little while.
Like just reading them? Or
yeah, reading them. It was sultry.
Did anybody ever get back to each other? Did think anybody ever...
I think that
Connected?
stuff is fair use. You should make a coffee table book. Your favorite ones.
Yeah, I got into it.
More like a bathroom book, if you know what I mean. I'm like,
I used to.
Eyebrow, please.
I,
I
re-
apologize.
I remember
to all the
when
gentlemen in Rockland County, I apologize. I love brow humor.
I remember the only time that I've written an ad on Craigslist. This isn't true, but a personal ad. I used to write ads for like comedy shows or whatever.
Sure.
But I remember when Ghana beat United States in the World Cup. Might have been like 2008.
Vaguely,
or something like that, or
vaguely.
maybe even 2010, whatever it was. I just remember that I was so pissed off about it. I wrote an advertisement on Craigslist challenging any random Guyanese person to a one-on-one soccer match
Oh my
in the
God.
park of their choice.
Do you play soccer?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was
like,
just
Never picked
I
up
was
a
like,
ball in my life.
fuck this. I'm taking it back.
I
for
gotta
US.
take it back for
I didn't
the-
even have a camera. Like it's not like I was doing it for content. I was doing it for American pride.
Yeah.
Man, my
Jesus, that's cuckoo bananas. Dude.
nerd alert. A soccer game.
I sold my snowboard when I was in college. I needed cash, and I was like, it was like, I don't know, $300 snowboard, whatever.
Yeah.
Like it was like I was like, oh, I don't go anymore. If I go, I can just rent again or whatever. And so I sold it to this dude I met. He was from South Philly, like stereotypical. He pulls up, white Escalade, gets out, like wife beater, tucked into like the black jeans or whatever, chain, watch. And I'm like, this dude is just like, he's either in the mob or wants you to think he's in the
Yes.
mob. Either
Yeah,
way, it's like he's hitting all of the notes he's trying to hit, though. And he's like, dude, fucking juice head, like fucking jacked. And he's like, I'm this short, fat kid. And I like open up the trunk. He's like, yeah. I'm like, 200, right? He's like, yeah, 150. And I'm like, nah, it's 200. And he's like, it's 150. I go, all right, we'll do 150, pal. I'll see you later.
God.
I was like, dude, yeah, see you later, sir.
You give him the board and the money.
Matter of
Hey, why
fact,
don't I drive you up the mountains? Let's go.
you look like you'll enjoy this more than me.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I really bitched out.
I believe it.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
What were you doing on a fucking snowboard anyway? A little fat kid with a dumb haircut.
I was a good snowboarder.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Do you still know how? You still go?
Yeah, well, I shattered my wrist quite bad, and then I had like the erectors. Did you ever see like the halo you get?
Yeah, yeah.
I had that coming out of my arm.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It was.
But you didn't do
bad.
it snowboarding, right?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I thought you fell off the couch or something like that. I thought that's what you told
You
me.
two don't know each other at all. This
you
is
got
all
pushed- I
bullshit.
thought you got pushed out of a treehouse.
No, that Italian guy from South Philly beat me up. Yeah, and then I just never went. I'm like, it was like, I was like, I'm too old to be I'm just.
Oh, dude, I went this winter with Sagalo and Feeney,
Yeah.
and we filmed a thing for it. And I'm not like.
I saw the video. Yeah,
I'm not like
yeah.
a real snowboarder, but I am an athlete, so I like try to grab off of a box for some reason, and the video makes it look like I got 8 inches off the ground. I felt like I was flying.
Sure.
I felt like a pure goose,
Yeah.
like just in the air, and I landed directly on my coccyx. Every inch of force hit the tailbone of my ass, and it just like lightning shot up my spine, and I couldn't like walk right for like a week and a half.
Yeah,
I've been there.
Yeah.
You get to a point where
Craigslist again.
you get to a point where you're just too old to be falling.
Talk about a misconnection. That's all I got.
I like
Jesus Christ.
Toby, I
Hey,
apologize.
Sammy
Don't
Davis
look over
Jr.,
me for
relax.
help. I ain't saving you.
I was looking over you for disapproval.
Oh, I got that for days.
The toe was going.
All right, let's do one or two more here.
Yes, please.
This one's just, I mean, Foley will have to wait on this. This is from Eric. Does your family
Probably an exercise question.
Yeah. Does your family eat something so weird that everyone thinks it's nuts, but you love it? We do a cinnamon bread mayo and Oscar Mayer bologna sandwich.
Wow.
That just, nothing about that seems
It's too much.
relatively
happening.
okay.
But you think that. But I completely understand what she's talking about.
I love that you're like the John Nash of food, because I watched you put together the algorithm in front of your eyes, and you just tasted cinnamon on the right part of your tongue. You got a little mayo here, and then a dollop of
An
whatever
outline
the
of cinnamon bread popped up, and then bologna.
I thought you were talking about the Nets coach. I was like, where's he going with this?
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash.
Oh, my God.
I do have a pretty good jumper.
He's H. Foley from A Beautiful Stomach. Come on. Hi-oh. We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful stomach. Is
I used to do just mayo sandwiches.
Makes my blood run cold, dude.
On like a hamburger bun, like
Yeah.
the white hamburger bun.
You throw a slice of tomato on there, a little salt and pepper. It's clean living.
That's class. Like,
Yeah.
that to me is a nice little.
Why just mayo? That's all that was in there? Or
No,
just
I
you're
just
weird,
I just liked
weirdo?
it. But the odd thing that I really think is normal, and everybody that has watched me do it is like kind of disgusted, but it doesn't make sense. I pour milk in my ice cream. So every time that I have ice cream, I put it in a tall pint glass, and then I stack it to the top, and then pour milk in it. And it like kind of freezes the ice cream in an interesting way, and it turns it into a half milkshake, half like almost crystallized ice cream.
That's
It's
insane.
awesome.
Have you ever met anybody else that does that?
No, I am so lactose intolerant also, so I just bazooka blood out of my ass right after
Talk about
every
doubling
serving.
down on the dairy. This guy. Yeah, I am lactose intolerant. Let's kick it up a notch.
I was going to start shitting on you, but then the way you described that doesn't sound too
I
bad.
get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But it's,
It's
like,
like-
that's intense.
It's like a white trash Bloody Mary. I also to put a Polly-O string cheese as garnish.
You got a Twizzler straw?
Hot Wheels garnish on it. I'll do that with
Try it. I implore everybody before you judge, try it out.
I'll do that with
It's-
soda.
It's legitimately fuck soda. I'm talking milk.
All right.
Do milk in ice cream. I'm telling you, it's great.
Okay. I like it.
I can't.
You wouldn't do it?
No shot.
That's insane.
shot.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I like ice
cream's
cream.
made
It's-
of milk.
It's not. He's not pouring mustard on it.
Yeah,
It makes
exactly.
sense. It's not that far to say no shot. You could give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Kick the
Yeah,
tires.
it's not orange juice and cereal.
I refuse. I will not drink milk. I refuse.
Oh, you're not a milk guy.
Oh.
Really?
No shot.
Really?
No shot.
Now, why is that? Do we know that story?
Were you breastfed?
What's up?
Were you breastfed?
Yeah, your mom was great.
Oh,
That's rude.
Toblerone.
Shout out to Toblerone.
That's your new nickname.
That's your new nickname. T-Bone's
Sorry,
been
buddy.
running a little thin. It's Toblerone.
That Toblerone goes back to like high school. I used to get called that.
Nice.
Oh, I can't call you that.
Now,
We're
what's with the
hacked.
milk,
I guess
weirdo?
that's it.
It's just gross. Milk is disgusting. It's no good. It tastes like shit. I
Well,
hate
that's
it.
crazy talk. I
That's
mean,
kooky talk.
Even in cereal?
Almond milk, dude.
Oh. Almond milk.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Toby, I don't like
Yeah.
your tongue.
man.
What?
Your tongue tastes things weird.
Gentleman's making great points. I've never heard something so straightforward and blunt. Your tongue tastes things weird.
Almond milk and cereal. That sounds real commie to me.
Yeah, that sounds like
I don't think so.
some real defund the police breakfast.
Hey, where's your demilitarized zone, T-Bone?
Yeah, I have almond milk in my cereal, then I go fight Cannon's friends.
That's so funny. A real deep on the police breakfast. When you got to start the day with the healthy breakfast before you go deep.
Before you get maced.
Reach for almond milk.
Reach for almond milk.
And strawberry special K. Some girl in the box, her eyes are all burned out from the bear spray. It's delicious.
She's just got one bruise from a billy club right across her forehead.
Dude, look, those rubber bullets look like they hurt like a motherfucker.
Oh,
yeah,
you think?
I mean, they've been known to kill a person
They're
or two.
also called bullets. I mean,
yeah, you know what they called them back in the 1700s? Bullets. Musket balls.
Yeah. Ah, man.
I like that's your take from all of that. All the riots, all the news. Man, those rubber bullets look like they're not fun.
Looks like they sting.
Yeah, they probably leave a welt or something.
Those water cannons, are they salt water or fresh water? What are they?
Now, is that distilled or what are we talking? Hanks, what's going on here?
Dude, now that is like...
Squirt it with seltzer?
Can I get a little? Can I get a hint of lime over here?
That's what the French police use, Pellegrinos.
All right, wrap it up.
Gang, we love you. Mikey, thank you so much for coming in and sit with
Thanks
us.
for having
Please
me.
check
You
out
guys
the
are the
Irish
best.
Goodbye podcast. What else you have coming up? Let the folks know.
Yeah, I got Here's the Scenario is our other podcast. That's me, Feeney, and Sagalo. We got a Patreon as well, patreon.com/scenariopod. We do a ton of bonus footage as well. I just put a heads-up poker match between me and Robert Kelly up on there, and I do a web series called Mike Takes Edibles, where I take edibles and check in with the audience
Very
over
funny.
the course of the experience. Pretty fun. If you guys like to do edibles on camera, I would love to have you both on
I
as
do
guests.
not, but
Love
thank
to do
you.
edibles.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. You do love edibles.
I do love edibles.
I
I don't know
give you
about
a-
on camera.
I gave you a healthy dose, and you just chomped it down with no
yeah,
problem.
he did. He's like, he was smoking a joint upstairs at the penthouse, and we were doing a show, and it was like right after COVID. And I was like, "Are you feel comfortable sharing that? I'll take a little hit." And he's like, "Nah." He's like, "I'm taking it to my head, but I have a." So we put it. I told you this story 4 times, but we have a piece. I have a piece of an edible. A piece of an edible is what he said. I have a piece of an edible downstairs that you can have. Okay, thanks. Go downstairs. He hands me this little brick like that. It's halfway on my mouth. He goes, "Oh, be careful. That's 100 milligrams." 100.
What do you mean 100 milligrams? What's a milligram?
I feel like I'm in Caldor. Kippy, what do you got?
As always, please make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube, patreon.com. And guys, the live shows will be coming to a city near you.
Mikey, was that it? I didn't cut you off, did
sorry.
I?
No, yeah, Patreon, the YouTube, Mike Cannon Comedy. It's got all that shit. And then my tour dates are at MikeCannonComedy.com. Coming to Chicago in October.
Fantastic.
Chicago.
Yeah, I'm doing a whole run. I mean, there's going to be a lot more dates coming in. So check it out, Mike Cannon
Check out
Comedy.
Mikey's
I'm
a
sure
killer.
most of you know Mikey because, you know us. But if you don't, you got to check him out. He's fucking one of the best. We
Appreciate you.
love him.
Home
100%.
run.
Kippy,
We just did this.
we just did this.
Yep.
T-Bone,
Man, this guy's on goofballs today.
Mikey, Kevin,
Oh, man.
goodbye, everybody.
Peace. Oh, that was great.
Good stuff.
So fun.